I've got a question for you. Why were you put on this planet? Now, I'm not just talking about your life's purpose, your own personal life's purpose. I'm talking about everyone's purpose, a global life purpose, if you will. This topic has been the theme of my life, it seems, and about 25 years ago, I really began to deeply explore this topic. I got into spirituality, religions, meditation, self-inquiry, the occult, you name it, I looked into it. And what I'd like to share with you today is what I've come up with, what I believe we are all on this planet here to do. For me, I'm best able to perceive our life's purpose, our global life's purpose, by putting it in the model of healing. I know models aren't reality, but they can be a useful tool when we are struggling with trying to understand something or when we want to learn something. So there you have it. I believe our life's purpose is to heal. It seems to me that since the beginning of time, there has been this momentum that's been carrying us towards perfect health. I also believe that there have been a few souls who have actually graced this planet who have subjectively experienced this perfect state, and they shared their experiences with the people. What they shared was that their state was one of being one with all, of being peaceful, and of experiencing exquisite joy. And they also talked about not being attached to the external world and how the external world and those circumstances did not affect their perfect state ever. I like to describe this increased level of health that I believe we are all moving towards as an increase in consciousness. Because when we describe it this way, we can still measure increases in our levels of health, even though we may be experiencing deterioration of the body. So said another way, even if we are experiencing disease, we can still be moving towards the perfection of our being, which to me is an increase in our health. For those of us still attached to our physical world, our lack of perfect health might show up in different forms. There's our mental health, emotional health, spiritual health, just to name a few of the layers. And, for some of us, everything might seem perfectly fine. We might not even realize we have a lack of health. But then in times of trial, we might find it hard to cope with a change in our world. Some people are inclined to take a more active role in their health, and they consider all of the layers of health. Their goal might be to become one with God, to become enlightened, or however they look at it. And if your goals are not so lofty, you might be working on becoming a better person. Maybe you want to become less codependent or less angry. Maybe you want to become more engaged with your life. At any rate, when doing this type of inner work, I believe it's really important to look at the change over time. Just like the stock market, if you look at a stock's value, you'll see that it goes up and down over time. But overall, you can see the gradual increase of the stock's value. And I also noticed this in energy healing. After a session, my client's energy system is expanded and it's more in balance. But after a while, it starts to revert back to the baseline or close to it. But in subsequent sessions, they're able to hold more of the balance that we achieved during the session. We will also see times of growth and times of relapse in our own health. Sometimes we might fall off the wagon, but that healing momentum will pick us back up again and get us on our way. Now, do you remember what I told you last week to make sure that you maintain for yourself? It's compassion. Remember, you're doing the best you can, so please give yourself a break. I also encourage you not to leave it all up to momentum. I encourage you to take an active role in your life and in your health. So doing things like eating more vegetables, going for a walk, seeing your therapist, getting a regular checkup, receiving an energy healing, getting a massage, volunteering, meditation, contemplation, all of these things help to carry you on your path towards perfect health. I would love to hear from you now. I'd like you to look deeply at your being, and I'd like you to look back in time at the health of your being. What kind of change do you see over time? Please share your comments in the comments below. If you liked this video, please share it with those that you think might enjoy it or who might benefit from it. And if you haven't signed up yet for my free weekly healing, then you should do so right away. Click on the link on this page and go to kaivalyaaenergyhealing.com where you can sign up.